I am honored to be introducing the teacher who was selected to speak tonight. A graduate of Pomona in 1998, Mr. Vialpando has been a favorite with students since he began teaching 4 years ago. Seeing that he is an English teacher, it's fitting that his favorite movie is Dead Poets Society. In the movie, Robin Williams plays the character of Mr. Keating, the revolutionary English teacher whose creative style and thought-provoking insight inspire his students to reach for more. I love teaching, he says. I don't want to be anywhere else. If you've seen the movie, there is a specific scene I would like you to recall. After asking his students to compose their own poem, Mr. Keating calls on the shy kid, Todd Anderson, to present his poem to the class. As one would imagine, Todd is mortified at the thought of getting up in front of his peers and reading poetry of all things. Todd shows up for class with nothing written, hoping he can weasel his way out of the assignment. However, Mr. Keating doesn't let him off so easily. Here is where the abilities of Mr. Keating shine brightest. As Todd stands up in front of the class, trembling with anxiety, Mr. Keating covers Todd's eyes and proceeds to extract a poem at a level of brilliance that leaves the classroom in an eerie silence. This ability to believe in his students and unveil the hidden talents that only he sees describes the exact teacher that Mr. Vialpando is. No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. These words from Mr. Keating could just as well be the words of Mr. Vialpando. Both teachers respect their students, creating an environment that values the students' opinions and pushes them to their limits. Because of teachers like Mr. Keating, and more importantly, Mr. Vialpando, we students learn to suck the marrow out of life. Now, please join me in congratulating my friend and the honoree chosen by the class of 2009, Mr. Tim Vialpando.
I am obsessed with news. I get to work 30 minutes earlier than I need to each day so that I can eat my eggs and go through my daily routine of news websites. I broke routine on the day that my favorite, the Rocky Mountain News, published its final edition. On that day, I sat and read, in hand, not online, and I had my aha moment about what I might say to you tonight. In her final article, columnist Tina Griego wrote from the title, "This is what has called my heart." She wrote of a teacher who simply asked a senior class, one contemplative and unsure of their future, "What calls your heart?" As I read, I knew that I too would ask you this question. So, my words tonight are simply guided by what you told me when I asked you. I have read your responses, some 150 of them. Insights into your hopes, your dreams, and your fears. Tonight, I use your words as my inspiration. What calls my heart? You said. Wanting to know where I belong, and if that will be the same place tomorrow. The spontaneity of life. To fall into unfamiliar adventures and take each rise and fall with a smile. Knowing that I am the only person to bring light to the unknown path of my future. Discovering what I do not know. Over the last year, and what will seem like all the time during the next few weeks, people, mainly adults, are going to ask you what you want to be, what you are going to do. So you think you're supposed to have an answer. Let me tell you something. Adults ask this simply as a conversation starter. What they really want to know is what sort of person you are. So when they ask, tell them that. Tell them the kind of person you are and the kind of person you hope to be. Calm the fears of your future by defining yourself that way. Simply put, destroy their question with your answer. So as I read through your answers to my questions, it became clear. It was the senior mindset, the one that is both exciting and scary. It is what calls your heart at this moment. It is what you're thinking about right now in these seats. But don't be afraid of this. Covet it. Live in this moment and the many moments when you will decide the things about which you are passionate and the things that make you happy. And as you think about your future, know this. Just run towards it. Run until something talks to your heart so loudly that you'll never have to wonder that it was right. At that moment, you will have arrived and you will be happy. What calls my heart? You said. Making a difference, passion, the ups and the downs, the fight for equality, the need to be loved and the need to be whole, living in a world free from hate and judgment towards any group of people, finding my personal happiness. I don't have to remind you that this journey was not your own. Many have joined you on this ride. Graduation is a teacher's moment too. We graduate with you tonight in a way. We send you off with gratitude and empower you with the courage to be brave. We trust that we have helped raise you well and that you will go from here and leave your mark on the world. You say goodbye to us, knowing that we will simply just have to root a little louder while you're gone. But please know, we will still root. And of course, there are your parents. If I ask them what has calmed their hearts for the last 18 years, I am confident in their answer. You. Moms and dads, do you remember their first day of kindergarten 13 years ago? As you walked them through the gates of kindergarten, with lunchbox in one hand and yours in the other, they cried and you rejoiced. Tonight, 13 years later, at the gates of their future, with diploma in one hand and yours in the other, you will cry and they will rejoice. Graduates, your teachers and your parents are proud. With our hearts full, we share this with you. What calls my heart? You said. Keeping this bond as each one of us becomes our own. To have peace where I stand. The happiness of others over my own. Never sacrificing 100% of me for anyone or anything. Having what I need and loving what the world has given me. The next song I hear that sends chills down my back. The idea that this world can and will be improved if we try hard enough. To be able to say, yeah, I did that, no matter how bad or how great. For the last 4 years, you have heard how special Pomona High School is. You have shown us what a Panther looks like, and you have been reminded when it is a great day to be one. It is only after you graduate, though, that you will ever realize what happens here. What could have happened only here. No, it wasn't always perfect, and yes, some of you had better experiences than others. But after tonight, when this place will no longer be a part of your daily life, it becomes a part of who you will be forever. When your friends ask about it in college, or when you type it into your resume, when you read about us in the papers, or when you find yourself humming the fight song, your heart will again bleed black. I often joke that all roads lead back to Arvada. Graduates, when your heart calls you back, the road will be open. What calls my heart? You said. To know when to speak and when to listen. Holding myself to a certain standard. The smell of the ocean. My deep love for others. Only time will tell. Being held by the one person who loves you more than anything in the world. The tug of war between the security of the past and the uncertainty of the future. Aspiring to be the good guy, the hero. So, what is the takeaway from tonight? The call to action. As an English teacher, I would say it is simply this. Leave here tonight promising yourself this one thing. Your final lesson in grammar. That you will live your life not focused on yourself as a noun, but seek out the adjective that will help to define who you want to be. Be inspired. Be passionate about something or someone. Be loyal. Be respectful. Be unique. Modify who you are only to reflect your best self, and in that, your heart will be full. You will have found that which was called. Graduates of the class of 2009, on behalf of your teachers, I say congratulations. You leave here, your mark made, your influence deep. One of you even joked that the class of 2009 should be referred to as the class that saved Pomona. While maybe going a little bit too far, it may not be too much to say that you did, to an extent. You met every challenge, you rose to every occasion. You helped us redefine who we are. So, as you go with intention. And of course, listen carefully, for nobody knows how loud their heart might call. Congratulations.